bill that would cut the hours needed to become a licensed cosmetologist in Idaho sparked heated debate at the State House today. Aspen Shumper joins us in studio. And Aspen, we have heard from a lot of people who are very passionate about this.
Absolutely right. While one side of this says the state is already over-regulating this industry, others say scaling back could put everyone at risk.
The world thinks we play with Barbies.
In the House Business Committee Tuesday, lawmakers took up House Bill 513, which would reduce cosmetology license training requirements by 37%, taking 1,600 education hours down to 1,000 and apprenticeship hours from 3,200 to 2,000. Bill sponsor Representative Jeff Ehlers says it removes unnecessary barriers.
With less debt and a quicker path to starting earning income as the cosmetologist in their chosen profession.
Barriers, Caitlin O'Neill says, almost convinced her not to pursue the career.
It took me about 2 years and $12,000 in student debt, and this was after full financial aid that I qualified for. I was working while supporting myself, and the length and cost were barriers that almost turned me away completely.
Alyssa Bowman operates 25 salons across Idaho and Utah. She argues studies she's seen show no difference in quality between stylists from shorter and longer programs, and says 7 states in the country already have the 1,000-hour requirement.
They spend a shorter time in school, they get the requirements to keep the public safe, and then when they come out, they can get the true workforce training that they need.
But opponents say those comparisons miss the mark. Rhonda Clark argues cramming curriculum into fewer hours is a safety risk.
If someone hires someone and they come in and they burn someone's scalp from a chemical from either a perm or a color, and that salon owner is liable.
And Kelsey Crawford, a Meridian salon owner and cosmetology instructor, says at current requirements, students are already coming out underprepared.
We have the burden of teaching these young ladies and gentlemen the additional education that they're still lacking at the 1,600-hour mark. And it puts the burden back on the salon owner.
She says scaling back hours will only set students up for failure and also affect clients in the chair if salons are having to invest in additional training for graduates they hire.
In order for them to get a skilled look, it's going to cost me that much more money to put into my stylist that got less learning in school. In turn, that's going to cost the consumer more money.
Representative Brett Crane says he'd support deregulating the industry entirely.
I'm really struggling, to be candid, why this even needs to be licensed. A 15-year-old girl can do this. She's never had a chemical burn. She changes her hairstyle all the time. She changes her nails all the time. She does facials frequently. But we're telling people that you have to have, right now, 1,600 hours.
Other lawmakers say scaling back training is distressing.
This appears to be a race to the bottom to find out which state can produce the poorest qualified applicants.
The committee held the original bill, House Bill 513, but introduced a revised version, pushing the implementation date to January of 2027. That bill will now head to the House floor. A separate bill allowing students to take their licensing exam after completing 80% of their program also passed unanimously with little public testimony today. Morgan.
Yeah, Aspen, a broader conversation about lawmakers looking to deregulate so many industries in Idaho right now. Aspen, thank you so much for staying on top of this.